Yes, people, and welcome back to the What's Going On podcast. And yes, it's the Longski TV. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. We're here to talk all things football. Transfer window, silly season is upon us. Transfer window opens 10th of June, this Friday, and for the international, I think it's the 1st of July. So listen, we're going to be talking all things football, what's in the news, you know. And yeah, it's silly season basically. Linked FC, you name it, it's all about that. But we are going to be discussing that. We have got a couple of guests in the back room, just waiting on Chile to link up with us. Unfortunately, Kofi can't make it again on the show. He's not too well. I was just waiting to find out how he did with his trip to France. Unfortunately, he didn't end up making it to France, but he did go to the sunny climes of Devon, or Cornwall. So I hope Kofi Klopp, you had a great time down there. And listen, get better soon, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat. I know you said you'll probably come in the chat, put your views. We are going to be discussing a lot of things concerning let me just do this, concerning Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and some other clubs if we have to. But let me just maneuver a few things here. So let's get this going. As you can see along the bottom of our screen, there are a number of things that we are going to talk about. Harry Kane gets 50 goals. Mane and his mind games. He's coming home. Saliba's coming home. Bell, where to next? Transfer rumours, anything to declare. So we are going to be looking at our various clubs and seeing who we are linked with. Linked FC, we're known as Arsenal. I'm assuming Man United are getting that title as well. They're linked Long FC. They're Longting FC. Darwin Núñez getting hijacked by Liverpool. Something I might want to put to D, because I know last week he was talking about not wanting to go for him. Now, the problem is if both of these teams get into a battle to try and bidding war, listen, the thing is that Liverpool probably won't want to pay that kind of money of 84 million, 85 million, but Man United, they're mad enough to go and pay that kind of money. And I think that's something that D is going to probably be dead against. But listen, let's get into your comments. Let's see who's in there. Geezer, Mr. Geezer, straight in there. How you doing, bro? Good to have you on the show. And if there's anybody else in the chat, good to have you in the chat. Put your comments in. We'll be discussing football. Put your questions to us. We're not experts. We're just here. We've all got an opinion. Don't have to agree, but let's be polite about the whole thing. Yeah. And so let's go. But listen, without further ado, I am going to introduce Mr. Big D into the stream. So D, how you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. What's going on,
good,
man?
Yeah, man. I'm there. How's life?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, life has been good. I mean, I had a decent bank holiday, extended bank holiday. Even though, I ended up working a couple of days and still been able to attend the 60th birthday, and our posh neighbours up the street with their big old yard had a lovely garden party that they invited us to. So
very nice.
Yeah,
well,
so
I've been to your gaff. You've got a pretty posh gaff as well.
Yeah, I mean,
like can fit about 20 cars on your drive, like, you know what I mean?
Not that big, no. Like 5 at a squeeze, mate. 5 at a squeeze. No, but this house.
I exaggerate.
But no, this house probably fits a good 20 cars on the driveway.
Really?
Yeah, they have one of them surround driveways that goes all the way around the back of the house and comes down again.
Wow.
And so we did a bit of cooking for that as well. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was like good to get to know your neighbours a little bit better. Everyone just kind of says hi as they're rushing past their day, but sit and take a glass of Mamba nectar and some lovely food and just relax for the afternoon into the evening.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I mean, listen, the weekend was nice. I mean, a nice long weekend break, 2 days or 4 days of celebrating the Queen's 70th platinum, you know. God save the Queen and all of that.
Plaque Jube and all that. The Plaque Jube.
Plaque Jube, you know. I was just saying, mate, I remember when I was knee-high and being in there, I think I've seen about 3 or 4 Jubilees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this one was pretty much well covered, you know what I mean? Funny enough, I was down in Dock, I think it was Dock side in Chatham, and they had a show down there. Let me just bring in Mr. Chili, our Tottenham friend. How you doing, bro?
Jen. Yeah, Mario. Like Chili in the house and
like Chili in the house.
I see you, bro. Put that flag down. When you with that flag,
put that flag down.
How you mean?
Put that flag down, man. Listen, I need a doormat. Yeah, pass it over to me.
That's funny.
Do you like my new office?
Yes, I do. I do like the new office. Is this where you're going to be? This is your new studio now, is it?
Yeah, my daughter's at university, so her room get tech over.
You know that one?
Yes, take it over. Yes,
that's it, man.
What? It should be on the red, bro. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm moving it now. Yeah, you're gonna have to get me out when you come back. You understand that?
That's the one.
But yeah, no, man. Yeah, loving the background, mate. The lovely flowers and that. So I didn't know flowers was your thing, mate.
Yeah, man. In touch with my feminine side. How you mean?
Listen, I ain't gonna say too much here. You know what I mean? I don't want to get myself into no trouble here. You know what I mean?
That's the one.
You know what I mean? Let's get a bit PC right here. You know what I mean? But yeah, just talking with the how you spent your weekend at the 70th anniversary of the Queen, celebrating her. Big up. Did you have any street parties or anything like that?
Which street party?
You didn't have none?
No.
You just sat at home and just watched everything on the old.
Tried to avoid
screen.
watching it.
Oh right, you're not a big royal fan.
No,
you're not a royalist, yeah.
I only like Harry and Meghan.
Well, you know what? To be fair, for me, it's just the Queen and Diana's boys. That's it. I'm not even going to pretend. The Queen and Diana. After that, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
No, I like Harry and Meghan as well. I like Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Diana's boys. I've always had a soft spot for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the Queen's cool. The Queen ain't offensive in any way.
Exactly.
No, man, she was running a few jokes over the weekend, which was nice to see.
Man,
Did you tell her Paddington as well? She done that little skit with Paddington.
Yeah, Paddington Bear. Yeah.
That was good. That was a nice little
Queen.
That was really good, mate. But no, she's got a bit of a sense of humor, and I like that. You know what I mean? Connecting with the crowd and everything. You know what I mean?
Was it the Olympics where she had done something with James Bond that time?
That's right. Yeah.
I remember that. That was really good.
No, she's got a good sense of humor. So big up to the Queen. You know, big up to the Queen. As
I
said, I was down.
Easy and Ireland thing there. You know what I mean?
You know that, mate. I was down in Dockside. They were celebrating. They had a I think it was I can't remember the name of the group. I think it's Maca. It's Medway. Oh yeah, Medway Afro Caribbean Society or whatever. So they put something on down in Medway. So yeah, I was licking a few drums down there still, you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah,
but yeah. So it was down there just enjoying the weather. It did get a little bit overcast. And Yardi was on bass playing for them. Playing with Gabriel, Andre Gabriel. I don't know if you know him. He's the bass player. You might have seen if you see his face.
About his face. Yeah.
But he's a guitarist. He's more of a guitarist than a thing. But yeah, he was down there, so I thought I'd just go and support them and everything. But yeah, so it was. I lost track of time as well because obviously the bank holiday started from the Thursday.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I just lost all track of time. Yeah. But listen, it was nice. It was nice to just chill for a couple of days, and now we're back into the swing of things. Back into what I call silly season, transfer season, and all that. Linked FC.
I love it.
You know what, guys? I mean, I love it, and I don't love it. It's one of those ones where, it's one of those ones. Yes, my sister in K's there.
Hey, Kay, how you doing?
And Meghan did look good. She did look good. You know the other thing as well. I don't know if you apparently her and when they were going into the Abbey, herself and Harry got booed. I know. Boris Johnson got booed. I was like a little bit. What's going on there? You know what I mean? What's all this about? Why are you booing them for?
Listen,
You know?
people need to know that every human being has to make their own life-changing decisions.
Yeah.
And he made a decision to protect his family from this awful media that practically killed his mother. You know what I mean? So I get it, man. Allow it. You know what I'm saying? He's got to do what he's got to do. It's right for him, and I respect that. You know, and he's given up whatever, give up the titles or whatever, and take a back seat. So be it.
Yeah. So what? You know what I mean? It's just the thing about this press. They like to big you up and then they just pull you down. And you know what I mean?
And in every avenue as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You see it with the sports. You see it with all levels of sports. When you're winning, they love you, and the moment you with one mistake, they want to put you on the cross, like you got to save the world from everyone's sin. You know what I mean? It's mad. So I hate to see it. I hate to see it.
I don't trust the press, man. Big up Latoya. What you saying, girl?
Yes.
How you doing?
Big up Latoya. Big up on yourself.
Big up yourself, Latoya.
Come for me again today, Latoya.
Yeah, Latoya, come on. A couple of weeks ago, you came up, Mr. D. Are you checking it out?
You know what? I was waiting for Kofi to come because I had some stats for Kofi this weekend. I'm so upset that this guy. I'm doing some research.
I'm researching, you know.
Listen, do your research. I'm glad you're going to be doing your research. Yeah, put it out there, bro. We will discuss that, even if Kofi's not in the chat. I know Jay. Everybody was calling for Jay to come back and stuff like that. She may come in the chat. She was good last week. She was good last week. Big up to her. But you know, she'll probably come in the chat eventually. I think she's still at work, so she's on her way home from work. Cool. What's Kay saying? At least they are now enjoying life now. Feel it for William. No life.
Exactly, man. He's on lock, mate.
Bro, man, it's on lockdown, isn't he? Yeah, I mean,
and that's what I think a lot of them didn't like, the fact that Harry come out with facts. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, isn't that his family? What's it got to do with the press? What goes on with him and his family?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
I know this is not a royal. I know this is not a royalist show, but obviously, you know, the weekend was dominated by the Queen, and so football took a back seat, and transfers and whatever took a back seat. So what's this from Latoya? Big D, I'm hearing that Rashford is up for grabs. Is that? I mean, I'm not obviously following what your guys are doing.
This is the thing, right? This is the thing. He was very annoyed with being backbench for the young kid. That really got under his skin. But
who for?
For Elanga.
Elanga, yeah.
He was benched for Elanga for literally a quarter of a season, and that hurt his feelings. Was he? I don't even know if he was in the English squad because I tried not to follow the English squad.
No, I don't know. I don't think he was. I don't think he was picked.
No,
I didn't see him playing. I don't know if he was on bench.
I didn't see. I don't remember.
This is the thing. A lot of these guys, as you know, decided to down tools on the interim manager, and that's what you get. So Latoya, the truth is, if he's linked away, it's because his people are putting it out there. Now there's rumors saying that he quite fancies Ten Hag and he wouldn't mind staying, like he's doing us a favor. If you want to go, man, go on. That's my thing right now with him because I think he hasn't done anything. You got the number 10 shirt, you've won nothing, but you go on like you've won 2 Ballon d'Ors at the World Cup and at least 3 Premier Leagues. That's how he's behaving. When the truth is what he won is won a Europa with Mourinho. Was he there for? Yeah, he won an FA Cup with Van Gaal because it was Van Gaal that got him in. So he's won a couple of trophies, but he ain't won a title. Yeah. So you can't be acting like you won a title, saying, "Oh, stay," like you're doing us a favor. You ain't won nothing to say that. You know what I'm saying? If it's because he's trying to behave like he's Ronaldo, that's a joke. He thinks he's Ronaldo in his head, you know. Like
he didn't. I'm just looking at the squad. He didn't actually make the. He wasn't even picked. Yeah, he wasn't even picked. So he wasn't even in the actual England.
There was pictures of him yesterday, day before, videos pumping weight and all that, saying I'm coming back fitter and stronger and faster.
Yeah, I saw another video.
It's like
of some girls getting into a minibus. And somebody was filming it. Some American guy was filming it, and you know the guy said like he's in a public space, and then apparently two of Rashford's I don't know if they were his bodyguards or what, come up and like was putting their hand in the camera and stuff like that, and then Rashford started coming over a bit aggressive. I'm thinking, man, you know, there's no need for that. Well, what's relax, man? Yeah. And furthermore, there's 2 girls going into the bus. Blah, blah, blah.
And the thing is, he's not in America because that behavior, he catch a bullet for that behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? sometimes, right, you got to realize that you have a status, you're very privileged, but in the same breath as being very privileged, you have to stop acting entitled.
Yeah,
because you're not pulling up trees, mate. So like there was rumors that he quite fancied moving to London, whether it was to Arsenal or even Chelsea. But does he get into any of them starting lineups? No, we don't.
I see a thing where we were linked with him yesterday, but
really,
yeah, I don't think that's just paper talk because we're linked with everybody.
Listen, same as us, man. And,
but
at least you're doing some business, though.
If he can't get into the Man United team, how's he going to get into the Tottenham team?
It's not.
I'm thinking the Mick Ever team.
No, you're right, mate. He's gonna be a backup for Song if he comes to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he wants to give Song a breather in the FA Cup or League Cup game, he plays Rashford.
Or Champions League, Norman.
No, would you... I'll pretend I never heard.
You let Rashford play on a Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Tuesday and a Wednesday. You don't know what... It's true, you know, Chile.
I think that's the only thing that'd be the only thing you'll have over.
Rather than a Thursday and a Friday. And
no, but how he's...
Joking that aside, though, Norm, this is what's going to cost us and you guys big transfers this season. No Champions League football, trust me. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like,
because the thing is,
I don't fancy it.
It's like every player says that now, isn't it? In a transfer, I want Champions League.
Champions League football.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's trying to do a rebuild.
But saying that though, I mean, Man United and Arsenal, we can attract players, but the problem is that they're going to want a premium. Yeah, and that's the part we're going to have to pay a premium to get these guys. I mean, you know, well done with you guys, Chile, with your. I mean, listen, you've just ended up with another. I sent you a text the other night. I think it was yesterday. You landed another freebie.
Yeah.
Is it Freebie FC now? We're talking.
Hey, listen,
Perisic now, and now that guy from South. Forster, Craig Forster.
If you can land them, you have to land them.
Yeah,
I'm in agreement with that.
We're getting rid of Galini and bringing in Forster. That's a foreigner. For an homegrown,
yeah. You can't.
Yeah, but is that to do with that getting homegrown players? Is that the reason why you're doing it?
Because we've done the same thing with Hart, didn't we? We went and got that.
But the thing is that he was getting when he first choice for Southampton, and now he's going to come play.
Yeah, he was, but I don't think he has been.
Yeah, he was kind of rotating, weren't they?
Yeah, but lately he was playing a lot more games.
Towards the end of the season.
So I'm just wondering why now. All right, yes, he's going to get, whether he gets the chance to play in Champions League, he'll probably play like in the cup games, the domestic cup games. But, you know, obviously he's going to come in. He's 34 years old. He's still got a few years because goalkeepers, they can play up to what? They're 40. And he's a big lump, isn't he? He's
a big boy, yeah.
Wait, when that man stand there, man, he's blocking that goal, man.
He's a big boy, yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it Lunar Eclipse going in there? You know what I mean? But we are going to be first of all discussing, as you can see along the bottom. Congrats to Mr. Harry Kane on getting 50 goals for England yesterday.
He scores when he wants to.
Scores when he wants to, mainly penalties. Sound
like some bitterness there.
Yes, Miss Lewis, how you doing? That's my sister. Another sister in the house. Yeah. 50 goals.
In what, 71 appearances?
71 appearances. He's what? He started there, what? He's capped 71 caps. I think he started playing for England in 2015.
Right. How many of them he scored against San Marino?
Oh, well, here's something I prepared earlier. You might just say that, D. Let's look at his 50 goals. I'm going to ask this question. Yes, he's scored 50 goals. He's going to be only 3 goals behind Wayne Rooney. He's only 3 goals. Wayne Rooney right now is the all-time England top goal scorer. And he's only 3 goals behind him. And listen, he's definitely going to pass that. But the interesting thing, D, is minnows, man. How many goals does he scores against some minnows? So I've got a list here of goals that he scored against, and so you tell me what
does it burn you that much?
It's not burning me.
It is burning you. You went and researched some minnows that he scored goals against, Rasta.
Oh man,
burning, man.
You know what? Listen, before you came on, Chile, I said to D, we was in the back room. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna tackle the 50 goal thing," and I said, "I know he's a Tottenham man, and I know he's Chile's man." So yeah, we're going to go in and just have a look at Harry Kane's goals. We're not going to go into too deep because we haven't got a lot to discuss. But yes, congratulations, Harry Kane.
Let me just say, you can only play the opposition that's put in front of you. That's all I'm going to say. Now do your thing.
Yeah, very true. Play the opposition.
I had to stop the mic there, so yeah, do your thing. Yeah. But no, okay. Let's look at it. So he joined 2015. His first goal was against Lithuania, where he scored one goal there. Yeah. Then Lithuania, where they ranked? Yeah. San Marino. So let's just name the team that he scored against. San Marino, 1. Switzerland Euros, 1. Germany friendly, 1. Turkey, 1. Scotland, 1. Then he had a friendly against France, where he scored 2 goals. So I can say, yeah, respect to that. It's friendly though, so them mans will probably on the beach. So yeah. So Malta, yeah, that was a World Cup qualification. Slovenia, another World Cup. Lithuania again, 1 goal. Nigeria, friendly, 1. Tunisia, World Cup. That was, I can't remember what year that was. When that was 2009. No, was it 2018 World Cup? That must have been obviously in the knockout stages.
Yeah, the group stage. Yeah,
It would have had to. It would have had to be in the knockout stage. He scored 2 goals.
This is what I would say though. You know, when you look at that, right, you should probably only count the goals that are scored against teams that qualify to play in World Cups. Otherwise, the rest of it sounds a little bit hit and miss in it for me. Because there's so much more friendlies now than there was back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So if you're gonna put the friendlies in, then there's got to be a bit of a aspect.
But you've only got to look at the group stages with England being in there. I mean, the teams that they play against. Come on, man. There's probably one team,
and then don't forget as well. They introduced
not as many as Salah Latoya learned that.
Yeah, and then you have to put into as well this new Nations League as well, which is a new league. So them other strikers weren't playing in the Nations League. So you got to look at it and be realistic and say, right, World Cup qualifying games and games in the World Cup. That's all it should be, really. That's all it should be counting. All these friendlies just to get fitness.
But at the end of the day, that's what they're gonna look at. I mean, arguably, would you say that? I mean, you'd have to probably go back and look at Wayne Rooney's stats. Because obviously
he scored against
he's passed Bobby Charlton's. Exactly. He's passed Bobby Charlton's record. So I don't know whether they had other opposition in terms of, you know what I mean? Because San Marino, when do they come into play? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they always seem. Yeah.
He also scores regular against Arsenal. Does that mean that you're the San Marino of the Premier League?
Oh, you're American be choking, bro.
Wow. That's a question, actually.
Listen, we're not talking domestic football. We're talking international. Yeah. So let's forget about that. Yeah.
But then you've got like.
But you know the thing is though, he needs to win a trophy.
Rooney, you can't say
win a trophy.
You can't say just don't count friendlies all of a sudden because it's Harry Kane and you're salty. You've got to do it for.
I wasn't saying that. That was Big D. I wasn't saying that.
But I've said this across the board before. Not even before Norman had I say in group chats that if you're playing these friendlies, then they're just friendlies. Don't chalk them up as achievements. You know.
Yeah, but he's playing for the country though. Same way. Yeah. Same way like Wayne Rooney did. Otherwise, you've got to take off Rooney's as well, and then.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Take them off.
Oh, fair enough.
Take them off. No. All of them,
saying just for Harry Kane.
No, all of them. because if you go back to, so you go back to the 70s, there was a lot of stuff that weren't going on then, and they probably never played nowhere near as many friendlies. So
no, definitely not.
Look how they for the money they chop up the Premier League to accommodate these friendlies, whether it be for the World Cup or for qualifying for the Euros. They're playing a lot more football. So you expect them to break these records if they're good at their trade.
Yeah, and as you said, with them introducing the International Nations League
as well. So that's another competition.
That's another competition.
Other guys never played in to get goals. So it's kind of for me. What I would say is World Cup qualifiers, European Championship qualifiers, and goals scored in the World Cup. I think those three
take the friendlies out.
Yeah, take the friendlies out. Those three should put them in the status of goals scored for your country in meaningful competitive games. Then should I say?
He'd still break that record anyway.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he probably would. Yeah, he probably would.
And I'm cool with that. But yeah, you go back as far as you want, and you just dismiss all the friendly games and just say competition, qualifiers, competition, World Cup, Euro. Yeah, and that's how they should do it. Because then I think there's more credibility in there. Then you know what I mean. In that sense, and then that would hurt people like Ronaldo as well and Messi with them easy friendly goals. That they
Did anybody watch? Did anybody watch that?
Messi 5 goals he scored. Messi scored 5 goals the other day.
Who was it against?
Who did he play?
Was it friendly?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Argentina played Italy.
Hold on, was it?
No.
Yeah, they played.
I see that. Or
but he scored. I think Italy conceded 5 goals against Argentina.
No,
it must have been some South American.
Yeah, he probably played in the street somewhere. Played some street kids maybe. I don't know what's going on there. You know what I mean?
Probably played FIFA or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know the words.
But just looking. What did you think? Did anybody actually watch the game?
The England game.
The England game yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it by accident.
All right, yeah, I mean,
wow.
And that is it. It was by accident. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I was flicking through and I saw England international. I was like, what? And so I ended up watching it.
After the treatment, after the whole penalty shootout thing, I kind of walked away from England, man, because the way them man's got destroyed. I just man. Yeah. I can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter how hard they tried. It's just a shadow for me. You know what I mean? And I've always been a Brazilian fan, so I'm just going to support Brazil in the world.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm going to say I Pastor Fred gets on there. You know what I mean? I like Fred. People come out Fred. I actually like Fred because
he was probably one of your Fred. He was probably one of your best players last season.
He was, yeah, but behind Ronaldo and the goalkeeper, he's probably there or thereabouts as our best player for that season.
Definitely in the run-up or just towards the
Sorry about this. I've got something stuck down my throat, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, cough it up, mums. Cough it up. And then I've watched him several times for Brazil, and he just works for Brazil.
Mr. Kofi's in the chat.
He comes this thing. Matt, this dude. Man, Kofi, I wanted your life.
Do you want to just say what you had to say to Kofi?
Nah. He needs to be live for this one, bro.
He needs to be live for this.
He didn't do all that work to just say it to him in the chat. He's got to be here.
What would you? Okay, you don't have to actually go into details, but what is it that you wanted to kind of discuss with Kofi?
The win percentage of his current manager in finals.
Okay,
it's shocking.
Shocking. Do you hear that, Kofi?
Yeah, if you're looking at... let me find
He said dish it out. He said dish it out. He said
dish it out.
Yeah, he's in the chat there. He's there. I mean, if he was brave enough, I would just send him the link, but I don't know. I don't know if he's brave enough to come on Facebook, brother. I don't know. The man said he's not. The man is not. So, you know what I mean? 100%. So I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want you coming there licking him below the belt and all that, you know what I mean?
No. Because, all right. Like, so this is Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Jose, Sir Alex, and Wenger, right? So we're talking. They've done this in percentages. So Klopp has 4 wins in 12 final appearances, which is 33%, right? They got Pep at 14 wins in 16 at 87%. Jose at 12 wins in 14 at 85%. So Alex at 20 wins in 25 at 80%, and Wenger in 6 out of 11 finals he's won at 54. So when you're looking at current, he's not there right now.
No.
So as elite as he is currently, so they're saying.
How many Champions League has Klopp won?
1. No. Did he win? Did he win with
He
Dortmund?
beat us, and then he won the one before, didn't he?
He's only won one with Liverpool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So he's won 4 out of 12 finals.
Yeah, with Liverpool.
No. Let's across his career. We're talking.
I see.
Across his career. Yeah. And then Pep has won 14.
Won more than 4 cups under Klopp. No.
Unless it's the Champions League, but the percentages look really shady.
They won 2 this season, so that's 3. You're telling me they've only won 1 other cup under Klopp? Oh, maybe in the last 6 years.
Oh, Liverpool.
Yeah.
You check it, right?
But I'm going to do some more research.
Hasn't he won the League Cup? Was this season his first League Cup?
Yeah, that's his season.
And the FA Cup.
And this was his first FA Cup.
Yeah, because he's not won. I don't think he's won. I don't think he's won the FA Cup with Liverpool.
Oh well,
because remember he used to like put out like weak teams. He never used to take it seriously.
Yeah, but you know what? But I look at this and I say, I wish the guy who put this together. I wish he had done. I wish he
only
had
won
done
2 Champions League according to Kofi.
Yeah, but he's saying all finals.
Yeah, all finals. I'm not talking about Champions League, bro. Talking all finals. Like the managers got to they're saying that Alex has got to 25 and lost 5 of those 25. Puts him at 8%. So it's because
even Wenger's decent at 54 or whatever 50, you said.
54%. Yeah. He's won just over half of the finals that he's won. So and this is hard because of what we said, the look at the draw. If you look at Liverpool's look at the draw, get into the Champions League final, they almost cruise to it. Where if you look what Madrid want to get there, you'd be like, right, you knocked out all these teams. Whether you thought that Madrid didn't play as nice a football as Liverpool, they played the harder team. So
absolutely.
So you see when you look at all these charts, like I wish this guy had actually put the actual competitions as in whatever 6 Champions League because then he gives you a better perspective into okay, where are you going with the stats? But I look at the stats and I say, he's got a lot of catching up to do. As elite as we want to put him, is he as elite as the others that I've mentioned? Not quite yet, but then people say, "Oh, you're hating because you're a United fan." But no, because I had that luxury to big up my chest under Fergie, and I did. So it don't matter, you know what I mean? In that sense, I've been there and done that. So, and you know,
his actual win ratio is not that brilliant when it comes to
the finals. But then I'm trying to think the week.
That's because they don't score goals in finals.
That could be the problem, actually. Right there.
That could be the problem.
Anyway,
if you think about it, last week, what was it? Hey guys, what was it? Yeah, it was that, wasn't it? Yeah, you want to go? Yeah, go. Yeah, 3 finals,
no goals.
No goals.
Big up Craig in the house.
Yes, Craig, how you doing, my guy?
Mr. Craig, bro, how you doing, brother?
But I think the scary thing is about it as well, Norman, where you look at that strike force and you say, how is that possible? How do you get to 3 finals and not score any goals and win them on penalties? It actually makes no sense, does it? And then you say, were all those teams defensively that good that you man couldn't score?
Well, this is it. The question I suppose you'd have to ask.
Well, who was it? Chelsea, City, and Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe them teams are that good defensively.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Well,
and Liverpool couldn't find a way
of breaking them down.
They
say that Klopp doesn't change it up, does he?
Yeah. Well, this is what they're saying about Ten Hag. That is the most stubborn man in the world when it comes to making a substitute, which worries me. Because if man like Bruno is thinking the joint up, I want him out of there. Benches, you know what I'm saying? And so when you get managers like that, you're just like, these dudes. But maybe he comes to Old Trafford and has to change the way. But I listened to some guys from Holland. They came on to there's a guy called Saeed that I follow. Saeed, he's a Somalian guy. He's really good, actually. He's good.
Yeah, he's good, man. Big up to Saeed, man.
Yeah, big up Saeed. He had these Dutch guys come on, and they were breaking down Ten Hag proper because obviously they're Ajax guys, and they were saying one of the things that's going to frustrate us as United fans is that he needs to make a sub and he don't do it. It's almost like he's trusting that process. They're going to score for him. And he said, they said that was one of the things. They said he got a little better towards the end of the season, but at the beginning of the season, he said that he hurt them a little bit with his stubbornness not to make a sub when it was needed, fresh legs and all that. So
Yeah. Because we're linked with him. 1 minute we're close to signing him. Obviously, Man City are looking to not say get rid of him because I think he's got decisions to make. Obviously, he's still playing internationals. And he was meant to have come out this week with a statement. Basically, I think he will. Gabriel Jesus from Man City.
Is he on a free nom?
No. He's got a year. He's got a year left.
Apparently, they want 40 M's for him.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, they want 50. Arsenal are looking more around about 30, 35 mil because they're looking to give him the highest sort of wage of two. I think they're talking around about 190, 200,000. You as well. Tottenham were linked with him. Real Madrid are linked with him.
And it's mainly because of what Craig said there, you know what I mean?
Well, listen, the thing is that he hasn't...
normally you would say, but if you put him in a better team, he's going to a worse team. He's leaving the best team in the country to play...
But I think for Gabriel, because obviously, you know, you've got the World Cup coming up in November, so I think, you know, he wants to be on that pitch playing. And if he does come to Arsenal, he will be our starter. You know, we're linked with also a guy called Gianluca from Sassuolo, if I can pronounce the club's name. They are talking. They want anyway up to 50 mil. Again, we're linked with him. It's Linked FC going on here. So you know, big rangy kind of forward. He's around about 6'5". But I think it's just paper talk, and I just think that he's looking for a move within CIA. I don't think he will come to Arsenal, just like the Lautaro business and Vlahovic. You know, I mean, we was linked heavily with him in January. We was going to get the player, and then he's off to Juve. Mind you, he hasn't really done that work brilliant at Juve, but it is what it is. I mean, we need two types of different players. You know, because Jesus is small in stature, but works hard. But if his stats are similar to Alexander Lacazette, are we talking, Craig? Are we talking lately? Because you know, I haven't looked into his stats lately in terms of how he's done since he's come to Man U. I think he's scored something like, I know Lacazette has scored something like 70 odd goals in 200 and something appearance. So if you're saying that is the case, that's because Lacazette has had more game time than Jesus, because obviously you had the likes of Aguero starting before him. Do you know what I mean? And it was only the last few games that he's come on as a sub.
But when Aguero went, why didn't he step into Aguero's shoes?
Because the reason why, because they played with a
but that says it all. That's what I'm saying.
Pep didn't trust him.
Yeah, but you know what? When he first came there, when he got first ball,
when he first came, I liked him. Yeah, I still do like him.
He played him over Aguero because he felt that Aguero his work rate wasn't up to the scratch. So Pep was looking for work rate, and that's what Jesus has got for you. Yeah, that's what Gabriel's got. The problem is,
you don't want someone with work rate. You want someone with goals.
Absolutely. And Gabriel. I mean,
he's no good your striker getting you 10 goals a season. What are you paying him for? Yeah, your striker's got to be hitting high teens and into the 20s.
So no, I'm looking at Craig's comment here with the Ivan Toney.
Yeah,
I actually fancy him for a backup to Ronaldo. You know.
Well, I would.
Ivan Toney. I like. You know what? He holds the ball up well, and he just gets his goals good in the air. He's a strong lad. I mean. What will concern you is his attitude, because he just like to run his gums a little bit.
Oh, so is
it? But as in when he's on the pitch, because he was very negative about Brentford quite a few times this season.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure what was going on in the background between him and the owners or the board. But he came out quite publicly a few times about Brentford, but still take him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are going to need a backup for Ronaldo. Ronaldo can't play all them games at 38 years old or whatever he's going to be next birthday. So
Rashford.
Rashford can't play for the middle, my guy. We tried it. It don't work for him. I mean, Martial's coming back. Wow, he's coming back with duress. He don't want to come back. But
where is he? Is he at Lyon?
No,
Sevilla.
Sevilla. Yeah, it didn't work out though, man. They said, nah.
This is the big problem as we say. He's coming back.
You don't want to be it.
You've got a lot of players that don't want to be there first and foremost, and then you've got the likes of Rashford. You know what I mean?
Who thinks he's made it?
He's made it.
Come on, brother.
You're linked with this Darwin Núñez guy from Benfica, well, and I know you said Núñez, last week, 84 million. Now it looks like Liverpool are kind of coming there and
100 million euros, right?
Yeah,
it's not worth that. I don't think he's done enough in football for me to pay 100 million euros for it.
Listen, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Chile did say this, that you pay somebody for goals. Now, if I say to you, you look at Benfica, you might look at Benfica and say, yes, it's a farmers league, but he's scored 26 goals in the league and 6 goals in Champions League.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. He's, in terms of his, he can play out on, I think he can play out on the left as well. He's quite quick as well.
I'm more impressed with the 6 goals in Champions League.
Right.
Because that is decent. That's a decent
but the only problem there, D, is that he won't be in Champions League if he comes to you. So
no, exactly. And to be honest with you,
sorry about that.
If he's got any sense, he won't come because he's probably saying to himself that he doesn't want to be part of a project.
But would you want to be getting into a bidding match with Liverpool? Because Liverpool now have sort of jumped the gun in terms of they want him at all costs. Again, I don't know. It could be paper talk, but
no, this is what will happen. It will drag on, and Man United will be tending like they want to do the 85 million thing. United will pull out, and Liverpool sign for 45 million. I guarantee it.
You see what I mean? Because Liverpool will try and get that price down.
Yeah, because we want him. He's 100 million euros. I guarantee if we pull out the running, it's just Liverpool. They get him for about 45 million.
And not only that, Liverpool are more attractive because obviously they're in Champions League. Not only are they in Champions League, they are winning things. But United are not. But
we can pay more money.
Yeah, but
that's the truth, though, isn't it? That's the truth.
But are you proud? Yeah, but are you proud? Yeah, but are you proud of that?
No, I'm not proud of that. But I'm
Man United have got three things going from them. That's why I said, players,
we can pay more money.
Their name and their money.
And their money, exactly. Because look, if you look at the players, the ones that we know are out the door, and the wage for the yearly salary, Pogba, Cavani, Mata, Matic, Lingard, and Lee Grant. That's 50 million off the yearly wage bill straight away with just them 6 gone, and we might be able to push a few others out the door like a Phil Jones or a Eric Bailly. So in theory, we could have probably 70 or 80 million in wages available per year. That's a lot of money for these players, especially the greedy ones. Yeah. But my concern is, do you come for the money or do you come for the badge? And that's always been a sticking point with this. Since I'm gonna say the last 8 years, that players have come for the money and not the badge.
I don't even care if they come for the money as long as they work for that money. Do you know?
Well, that's the thing, and they're not Chile. They're not. You know, if you look at this, like Pogba hasn't worked for the money. Cavani hasn't worked for that money.
And they're
Lingard hasn't worked for that money,
aren't they?
Pogba was on 15.8 million a season, bro. And Cavani was on 30 million. He plays when he wants.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong.
This man told us that he going home he needs mum's porridge, you know. He ain't feeling great. He going home to Europe. Nah, man. And we were paying him 13 million a season. To a point, the fans made that song that he plays when he wants. That boy Cavani, he plays when he wants. And you'd be like, seriously, man. And when I'm seeing this, I'm like, nah, man. That's what we were paying him. I never thought, but then he came for free, didn't he?
Yeah, but
remember, he came for free, and we signed him on the last day of the season. So he wasn't committed to anybody.
No, he wasn't.
And we still dragged it out and signed him on the last day of the season and paid him 13 million a season. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't want to see us doing any of these kind of deals in the summer. Otherwise, you know that we're just new manager, but same old nonsense.
Same old. Just
who is it? John
Rinse and repeat, man. Rinse and repeat.
Richard Arnold and Darren Fletcher, you know. And then some new guy. I told you guys last week, some guy that was.
Yeah. You
never heard of him.
Know who he was.
Doyle,
he came from. Did he come from? Was it the Premier League?
Yeah, from the Premier League thing. So he's going to be Darren Fletcher's assistant, deputy to Darren Fletcher.
Look at Greg. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, Arsenal's cheapest season ticket.
It's disgraceful.
It's mad,
it's disgraceful. And this is why I'm frustrated and why Arsenal serve us up this dross.
No, but then Norman, if you look at our season tickets, they're not going to be far off that, if not more. And Chelsea's, that's at London.
Yeah, but at least you got a decent manager. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, and now you're starting to bring in a decent players.
But then when we had Nunes, the season ticket was the same price.
Fair enough. I get that, but at least your owners are starting to listen to you. They ain't listening to us. Yeah. They're happy with the mediocrity that I'm seeing here. And
I think that what our owners done with us is more of a folly than what yours done. We got to the Champions League final and they done absolutely nothing to push us on.
Yeah,
to kick us on to the next level. Then
after that, they sacked Pochettino. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they sacked the manager, had the players upset.
But that's our cheapest. That's our cheapest ticket.
£1,000, mate. £1,000. Like everyone's got that in their back pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's a season ticket. You still have to go there and buy your food and stuff like that. Yeah.
But then it's like the shirts. You know, the shirts are like 70 quid standard now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though. Arsenal's black away kit. What
the new one?
Black and gold one. Yeah, it's nice.
Look like toilet roll. That one. I've seen it, man. Yeah. I wouldn't even let my dog sleep on that.
That's funny.
Right. So you know, I'm just biting my tongue. You know,
I was trying to look at ours though. I think our cheapest is 9.
I could have a look.
No, not 9. Ours 7.98.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, Man United's always has.
What's Tottenham's cheapest one?
I don't know. I'll find out.
United will restructure everyone's wages, D. That's from Kofi.
Whoa, this is the thing. They are taking a 25% pay cut for not qualifying for Champions League.
Our cheapest one is 888.
So not far behind, is it?
That's what I was saying.
But it's London, though,
Chelsea.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Be the same.
London tax.
Yeah, London tax, London real estate.
You
know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, Kofi. They all will take. Even Ronaldo, they're all going to take a 25% pay cut for not qualifying for Champions League.
Is that what they said?
Yeah. So basically, they've cost the club 100 million in TV rights. 100 million, just like that. So
we got there's that American money coming in as well. I'm hearing there's some American money that's coming in.
From another sponsorship.
No, not sponsorship. TV. I think it's to do with TV.
I
think like each club will something like 50 million or something like that. I'm hearing. So you know what I mean. There's a lot of money going to be pumped in to the Premier League.
If you look at the money side, if you ever watch a game at Old Trafford when they interview the players and the managers afterwards, right, and look at the screen in the background and see how much sponsorships are on there, it's ridiculous, bro. We are commercial FC, you know, brother. When you look at it, I start googling it, going, "What is that?" Googling it, it's a bed company.
Who are they? I mean, there's some. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen some
different sponsors do they need for a match day. Is you go through it and it says match day sponsor, match day sponsor.
Yeah, it's mad at it. I mean, you know what? Fair play to the commercial people, right? Because they're working their magic, but it's mad. But then,
but they're killing it though. They're
but this is the thing, like
making it about that.
Every time the Glazer family pull a 20 million dividends check out of the club, and the roof is still leaking, and there's still no installation of the dry screens and all that. You just got to look at that and say, "Yo, just pulled 20 million to do what with?"
The roof
it's still leaking, brother. Because my cousin was up there and he was saying when it rained, everybody's just like that, dodging the raindrops. And
is there going to be any work? No, for real though. Is there going to be any work? Is there going to be any work being done on?
Apparently they're going to patch it up. There's no talk about the new screens, but they said they're going to deal with the roof situation.
Got some sealant. They got some sealant.
What do you mean? They've got to deal with it. How can you have Man United with a leaky roof?
I mean, and it leaks all over. It's not just one area, you know. It leaks all over the stadium.
That's shabby, man.
Nah, man. And all now, I mean, how hard is it to put up screen each side of the pitch. You know, like literally do the weld a framework to, you know, how the corners join, and put them at either corner of the pitch. I think there's us and maybe Liverpool and someone else that don't have screens. Yeah. Two big clubs like that. Liverpool ain't got screens. No, and they had the opportunity when they extended that tier.
Yeah,
they could have put the screens up then because they had the workmen in.
We got 4 screens. I'm just saying.
Wow, you know what, mate?
You could show off you.
I think you lot got the best stadium in the league now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hands down.
Yeah. So,
was that Norman?
No, make sure about that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Tottenham have but
it's the newest stadium ever. One. So
listen, look, it is what it is. I think Arsenal will be doing something to their stadium.
Your stadium's got to be there for the next 100 years. It's never going to be as nice as ours because it's older. It's 10 years older, man.
Oh, obviously, but we do need a coat of paint and
coat of paint. Have you seen the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Look, mate, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the best toilets I've seen. I mean, it
is sexy, and you know what it's got that you will never ever have.
It's got like I've heard it's got like push button and stuff like that.
Mate.
Get out of here! Get out of here! I heard that if you wave your hand over the top of the stadium, water comes in, sort of flushes everybody out.
And you know what? I don't remember going to White Hart Lane. I remember going to the old Highbury. Mate, that's when
it was crap, wasn't it?
No, but
man, the marble halls, man.
I remember how tight the pitch was. It was a very tight pitch, but atmosphere was good, man. And this was in the Roy Keane and Vieira days, man.
Good old days, mate.
Yeah, Brendan hooked me up, and I was like, yo. But then you know what I mean? Like Old Trafford, because it's so big, and you got the rich people that don't chant and all that. There's a section of it. It's very quiet. And, you know what I mean? They call it Roy Keane.
Porn Sandwich Brigade,
the library. You know what I mean? Man sitting in the library eating pork sandwich.
But listen,
in the big
let's get on to the next subject here, and this is Kofi might have a few things to say about this, and this is the Mane situation here. Mane playing mind games. As you well know, Mane's linked with a move to Bayern Munich, and after his game he played the other day, I think he came out jokingly and just sort of said, like, his
fans,
his fans, they're doing some poll, 60 to 70% of the I'm talking about Senegalese fans saying that they want him to leave Liverpool, and then he came out and said something about that he has to respect Liverpool, and he would rather play for Marseille than Bayern. Now, he came out and said he was only joking in that, but look, at the end of the day, it looks like he's going. Liverpool did reject a bid today from Bayern Munich, 30 million, which they thought was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely. I think Liverpool wants something like 40 odd million for him, Right. But Bayern Munich, this is the clause that Bayern Munich said, with add-ons, so the 30 million and 6.5 million add-ons, if Bayern Munich win 3 Champions Leagues,
okay.
Listen, and if Mane gets 3 Ballon d'Ors, come on, man.
Wow.
Is Bayern Munich having a laugh?
But this is the thing, right? You say he's going for 40.
Well, no. So Liverpool want 40.
What 40 for him?
43 million for him.
He's
got a year. I think he's about 30.
Is he 30?
He's 30. But he's only got a year left on his contract. He's got a year left on his
contract. Liverpool want near 43 million.
And they offered 30.
They offered 30 with 6.5 million add-ons based on Champions League appearances in terms of winning the Champions League 3 times. These are the clauses. You know what I'm saying? Winning the Champions League 3 times and him winning the Ballon d'Or 3 times. Come on, man. If he ain't going to get it at Liverpool, how's he going to get it at Bayern?
It's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, but Liverpool should take the 30. Because you don't want him to stay there, be disgruntled, and then go for nothing next season.
Well, you got Lewandowski pushing. You got Lewandowski pushing to get out of Bayern Munich. And at the moment, things are getting a little bit edgy. My missus was sort of telling me about the situation. Like he's basically come out. Lewandowski's basically come out and said to Mane, "Don't come to Bayern Munich because if you want to leave that club, they won't let you leave." He wants to go to Barcelona. He's basically done everything he has for
Bayern but Munich. Did he sign the contract?
Lewandowski.
Yeah. Well, then I don't want to hear nothing then. You sign the contract, don't start bitching now.
And this is the problem.
Because when the club want to sell you and you don't want to go, you ain't going to go.
This is my thing. I'm looking at Mane. Mane, he can play on the left, he can play through the middle. For me, I'll take him right now for 35.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I'm talking Old Trafford now. Because you know what? He gives Ronaldo a break. And Sancho can play on the right as well. So you can rotate Sancho on the right and left, play Mane on the left and through the middle.
Yeah.
And that forces someone like Rashford.
And that's what Klopp did currently with him. That's what he did.
Yeah. And that forces Rashford to put
Mane can't go Man United.
Yeah,
he wouldn't go there. He wouldn't go there.
Hey, if the money's right, listen to what I'm telling you. If the money's right, he'll come.
I'm saying if the money's right, hold on,
right. Because remember, he's been underpaid.
It'd be madness for him to leave Liverpool and get all that hate that he's going to get for going to Man United, and not be playing Champions League.
But you know what? He's the kind of man that will earn that money and give half back to his home community.
He's very good like that.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
he does.
He said he's going to do what the Senegalese people want, and apparently they want him to leave.
Do you think he's? I mean, put it in the chat, Kofi. I don't know. Do you think he's disrespecting the Liverpool fans, putting this thing out there? Look, he said at the end of the Champions League final that he will let the fans know. There was rumors that he told his teammates that he's leaving and so on and so on and so on. It looks like he's going to go. Obviously, Liverpool are going to need to replace him. Hence, why this
does that work in Salah's favour now? Then,
that's the other thing I'm going to come on to as well, because now we're hearing that Salah's done a U-turn, because when Mane said that he's looking to leave, Salah was looking to recommit his future to Liverpool. Now Barcelona have come in and said they want him. He's now done a U-turn. He's thrown everything up in the air right now. At the moment, the future's uncertain with Mane and Salah. Now, obviously, they're pushing for the Darwin Núñez deal. Now, as I said, would they spend that? Would they spend that kind of money? I don't know. But I think Mane will go. But I'm just saying, do you think Mane's? Well, no, that's why I say playing the mind game. Do you think he's been a little bit disrespectful to the Liverpool fans, or do you think it's just a bit of banter? I'm just putting it out there. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a bit disrespectful to say I'm going to let these people decide whether I stay at your club or not.
Yeah. I think that wasn't wise. He came out and said he was only joking.
Because if you want to leave, there should be a reason for you wanting to leave. It shouldn't be just because your supporters want you to leave.
No,
that's not right.
For him though, he spoke about it before that he hates being in the rotation.
Yeah,
and so it's like anything.
But if you're playing top level football, that's what happens.
Yeah, but if you see whenever because I think his point is that there's been bare times, and he doesn't come out and say it directly, but you know what he's talking about, where he's been the best striking of the three, and he's the one that gets pulled, and he gets in his feelings every time he gets pulled when he's the best of the front three in what he's contributing, and he's the one that gets pulled before Salah or even before Bobby sometimes. So now you got the other two in. If that keeps happening, then Liverpool will put themselves in a complicated. Complicated situation. I mean, the thing is, they can't afford for both of them to go.
That's what I'm saying. But in a year's time, they could both be gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then, do you start your rebuild then? Shirley, do they start their rebuild? As in,
they said that's why they brought Diaz in, so that if either of those two left, they've got a ready-made replacement. So
as good as Diaz is he Mane? No. He's not their quality yet, is he?
Yeah.
No, he might turn it into very.
He might turn it. Yeah, listen. Listen. We was talking about. I think this was a conversation I was having with you, Chili, and we was talking about numbers. And Kulusevski's got better numbers than
Diaz.
I said to someone the other day that Diaz didn't have a good Champions League. In fact, I'd say he was poor. And then they tried to come with something about Kulu. But look at the stats. They think Kulu has done better for us than what Diaz done for Liverpool. Yeah. And if you ask me to swap now, the answer would be no way. Yeah. No way. Kulu's 21. He's stronger than Knox. He's got 8 assists and 5 goals since January.
Yeah. I think Liverpool need to get this, they've got to get this sorted. Obviously, as I said, they've got the guy from Fulham, Carvalho or whatever his name is, the midfielder coming in there, and they're linked with another guy from Aberdeen, a right back. They're I can't remember his name, but they're linked with him. I think he will end up going there and probably turn him into another like a Robinson.
But no, you have to be also mindful that the owners will insist on the board trying to maintain that wage structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that is their big sticking point. It's no point Liverpool players looking at Man United players and Man City players and Chelsea players and saying, them mans are on this. You're at Liverpool, bro. That's not what they do.
Yeah.
And so
they've got the money. They've got the money in terms of it. They've got the money to spend, but it is keeping that wage structure. You don't want to get it because at the moment, I think the highest paid players is Van Dijk.
In that, I agree with them. You shouldn't break your wage structure for one person because then it just has a knock-on like we were saying.
Yeah, because
if Salah's getting that money, then Mane has to get it. Then Klopp has to get it. Do you know what I mean?
And And then once you give it to them two, then all the other ones that feel that they're world class in that squad go knocking on Klopp's door and saying, "Leao, listen, this is what I bring to the team."
Look at our club, You'll
get Alisson, you'll get Van Dijk,
Van Dijk, Trent.
Well, Van Dijk is on. Van Dijk, I think, is on 220. 200, 220. That's what Van Dijk. I think he's actually the highest paid right now. Then followed by Salah. Yeah, Mane is only on 110.
See, now I can understand why he feels some kind of way about that. You know what I mean?
Because he feels like he's doing his job, isn't it?
That are earning a lot more than him that aren't doing what he's doing.
But this is why as well, he may be thinking, okay, at what's he, 31? 31?
31, something like that, yeah.
He's probably thinking, okay, you know what? I need one last big move.
Yeah, this is my last one. Yeah.
So for me, I'm not sure, even if he's jokingly, I actually don't think it's disrespectful because of what is given to the club. Like if he was poor and doing that, then they'd be like, yo, you ain't done nothing. You've been here for 5 years, you ain't done nothing. Now you're chatting like this. But he works hard for Liverpool.
Absolutely.
He works hard and he's contributed to that.
I can't believe
success.
I'm saying only 110. I can't believe
that.
Well, listen to this. Talking about salaries and stuff.
That's a top European club, and you're only on 110 a week as one of the main strikers.
Yeah.
That don't even work, does it? Really?
And talking about wages, like just going back on our club with Saka. Now, I thought Saka was on. I might be wrong. Put it in the chat, Craig. You might be the man to be able to let us know about this. I thought Saka was on 120,000 a week. Apparently, he's only on £40,000 a week.
And that's why Pep's coming after him,
right?
Yeah, but Norman, what you got to look at is that he's a very young player, and so because he's been playing well, when he signed the contract, he wasn't playing.
How much is Phil Foden? How much is Foden on?
Probably similar or not much more.
Foden's got to be on more than that.
It'll be on more than that, actually.
Well, it depends when he signed his contract, though. When did Saka sign?
Yeah, Saka signed his contract because he's got 2 years left on it, and I think he signed a 4 year. So I think about 2 seasons ago.
So 2 years ago.
But that was when Saka was starting to really move.
Yeah, so he gets 40 grand. You don't go in and get 100. And
but then check this now.
But
now the man is the highest goal. That man is the highest goal scorer for us.
Yes, but now he should be getting offered
You've got Nketiah. They've given Nketiah 100,000. Saka needs to be asking for 150 at least.
But Norm,
exactly. But he should have got that 2 years ago.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah.
No, but if they were being smart, the contract extension should have been on the table before the end of the season.
That's
regardless of if they qualify for Champions League or not.
My worry is this. My worry is this now. With Man City sniffing around him, Liverpool obviously sniffing around him, and there's other clubs that are sniffing around him. The problem is that Arsenal need to show ambition. The players that they're going to be bringing in, as I said, we're linked FC right now. We're linked with every single striker you can forget. We're linked with every midfielder, every defender, you name it. We're linked with them. Now the problem is that Saka's going to look at who we bring in to see if we're really serious enough about challenging for top four. Because if we don't get top four next season, he will just say, right, okay, he just say to his agent, you know what, let's just hang fire, let's sit fire and see what's going on. Yeah, because at that point now, you're now entering into the 2 years now, right? And that simply means all he has to do is just let that run down, yeah, and Arsenal will then have to say, you know what, he's one of our gems. We know we're going to get decent money for him. Yeah, it looks like I think Arsenal are working on trying to get a deal sorted out for him. Yeah. I think there's something in his contract that said that Arsenal could trigger the extra year, so that'd be like 3 years. But at the moment, we're saying 2 years. 2 years he's got left on his contract, and my worry is that Arsenal need to be serious in terms of doing their business quick, getting in the right quality player to take us to the next level and to get us into Champions League. Because once we get into Champions League, then, he's going to turn around and say, right, okay, I want to secure my future definitely with you. But when you got Man City sniffing around, Man City have come out and said that, in the papers or wherever it is, to basically say that they're denying that they are interested or watching to see how things are going. So, we'll just have to wait and see.
They see him as the next Sterling. Trust me on that.
Mm.
And Man City would be good to tell him, put in for a transfer request, and whatever money you lose, we'll pay at our end.
Yeah,
that's what they do. They're as gangster as that now. And you have to remember, when Fergie was there, United did similar things.
Yeah,
United just went and took other teams' best players.
What sort of money is Jesus on?
Sorry again, mate.
Gabriel's
only on 100 and something thousand as well. But Arsenal are willing to pay him something like 200,000.
So he'll be getting a pay rise if he comes to.
If he comes to Arsenal, Arsenal can pay that. Arsenal can pay that, but obviously they don't want to pay that transfer fee of near 50 mil. They want to try and get it down to around 30 to 35 mil because they're going to be offering him big wages.
And Arsenal can do that. A year as well.
What's that?
What's he got left? A year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then
with a year, I know people are saying with a year left on the contract, we shouldn't be paying that kind of money, 50 million. But what you got to understand is that we're coming with caps. Yeah, we're beggars right now because we're in Europa, and we need to then. The only way we're going to get decent players is to say, listen, we're going to have to pay over the odds. Yeah, whether that's in transfer fee or if that's in wages. That's the only way. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the ones that are in a better position in terms of negotiating. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when he's going to probably wait around and see what other clubs come in for him. You know what I mean? So we have to wait and say. Just want to hit this point that Craig had put in earlier in the chat, which is about Marquinhos, who we are buying from a Brazilian club. Now, Edu spent 3.5 million when we could have got this guy free. This is how this guy is running the business. It's brown envelope thing, innit? It's all brown envelope thing going in there. You know what I mean? Edu again involved with if it's not Brazilian, Portuguese, man is going over there. We could have got this guy on a free, and he said, you know what? But apparently, I'm hearing that this is normal practice. Apparently, I was watching a stream the other day, and they were saying that this is normal practice with people that are doing deals and that, just to maybe appease the other the club that's selling and to build relationships. So, but I'm thinking, don't put it out there because it gets fans backs up. You know what I'm trying to say? It gets fans backs up. You know. Yeah, we won't get top 4 next season. Be lucky we finish tape. Well, listen, if we don't get the right players in, Craig, then we probably won't finish in the place that we need to finish. You know what I mean? But then Arsenal, listen, they will still give Arteta another chance because he's Teflon. That's what his name is. His middle name is Arteta, Teflon, whatever. Yeah. Mikel Teflon Arteta. That's what he is. Yeah. Everything just bounces off of him.
Norman, if you could only bring in one player in the window, what position would you bring in?
Striker. It's got to be a striker. It's got to be a striker. How can we go into the season? Lacazette is gone. He's obviously having a medical now as we speak, if he hasn't passed that medical with Leon. So he's gone on a free. We've got Eddie Nketiah, who we're waiting to hear. He's looking like he's going to be signing this deal worth 100,000. One thing I would say is that, brother, if that man gets that, when we watch Evolution, and you know when you see Darwin Evolution, you see the monkey goes from the tadpole to the man. I'm not saying that Nketiah's a monkey. So guys, please don't cancel me. I'm not saying it. Yeah, what I'm saying, that's equivalent to if Nketiah got that shirt, we would be going backwards. Yeah, we would be going backwards. You can't be giving a number 14 shirt to Eddie Nketiah. No way, how. No way, how, bro. No way.
I'm looking at the question that Chile said there. If you ask me that question there, Chile, I would say a centre back, a centre half, defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Mine would be a centre back. Get rid of Davis.
Right. So you're linked with that Bastoni.
Well,
Bastoni.
No, it's coming to us, mate.
Yeah,
it's coming to us.
Yeah, I'm hearing that Man United have hijacked the situation there.
23 years old. He's gonna. He can play. Apparently, he can play centre back and right back. But we would have him at centre back. He's going to cost us 50 mil.
He ain't going to go to you. He's coming to us, mate.
Man, listen. You have to remember, we already have the interlinks from the whole Lukaku foolishness. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I like him, Alessandro. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
He played under.
He's the player that I want most out of the ones that we've
played under Conte for Inter Milan. So
because you got Timber.
He looks quite good.
Timber's getting all digi because of what he saw happen to Donny van de Beek, and and Timber wants to go to the World Cup, and he knows that if he comes to United and he's not a regular, he's not going to the World Cup. So he's not trying to sabotage that. So a lot of these players, they want guaranteed. They want written promises from the club that they are going to start if they come to Old Trafford. So because Timber's got cold feet, this is why we've turned our attention now to Bastoni. So I don't know. And then you got Frankie don't want to come, but Barca need the money. This is a mad one. So you don't want to.
What is happening with that? What is happening with that situation?
This is what I'm thinking is that Frankie and Ten Hag have had a conversation, and basically, Ten Hag said to him, "It wouldn't even surprise me if Ten Hag promised him the captaincy in the next year." Yes, my guy. And so I look at it and I think there's no way we keep pursuing if Ten Hag and him have not had a conversation. Otherwise, what are we doing? Because that makes us look foolish. If the kid keeps saying that's his boyhood club and rare, his heart is there. But Barca probably pulled him aside and said, listen, we don't want to sell you, but we need to raise some money. And you're an asset that we could get. And apparently they weren't over impressed with his season last season either. That he was a little bit hot and cold with them.
Yeah, I heard. He was playing a bit hot and cold.
But because Frankie knows Ten Hag, that's probably the only saving grace that, okay, I'm going to play for 10 and 10's my guy. But he don't really want to come. And so my thing is, I don't like us pursuing players that don't want to come. It never really works that well. And if they're coming for the money rather than the shirt. Again, I know it sounds very cliche, but I hate it. Come for the shirt and the money will follow you. Because as soon as you blow up a first season, you're getting that extension on the contract. They're saying, listen, lock him in. Because if he's come on the first season and he hits the ground running and he balls out, you're not going to say, okay, we gave him a 2-year contract. Yeah, maybe we extend that now. So, yeah.
But you know what? Look, boy, listen. Realistically, right? Realistically, how many? Because I said earlier on, you're called Linked Long FC now. That's what I'm gonna.
I know. Yeah, Long FC, boy. Everything is.
Realistically, how many players do you think you're gonna actually get over
the line?
The line, yeah.
Two.
Wow.
And I would have liked 4, but we're just too slow, Norm. in a World Cup year, you can't be dragging your feet in the transfer.
You can't.
You got to get it done.
And this is my worry with Arsenal as well.
Oh man,
this is my worry with Arsenal as well. This is my worry with Arsenal as well. That we're going to be dragging our feet. We're linked with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Yeah, and that is the problem. As I said, Tottenham are doing their business.
This is the first season where I've actually not been in the same mindset as you.
Yeah.
We're actually putting things in. I just want to say as well on Bastoni, if we don't get him, then
you linked with that other Torres. Is that Torres guy?
No, I want that guy from Lille, Botman.
Okay.
Oh, he's replacing Luke Shaw, bro. You lot are way off the pace with this shit. He's replacing Luke Shaw.
So it's the two that you're bringing in, D.
Listen, man is putting it out. Listen, he's the technical director, man. He should be the technical director for Man U.
So he's a naturally left-footed defender. So he comes in and replaces Luke Shaw straight away, and Luke becomes his backup. It's going to cost us between 40 and 45 million from Lille. So I'm like, yeah. Listen. I'm being realistic. We need 6, 7, or 8, but the way we do business, if we get them to over the line, and then you know what, dare I say it, play what's his name? Play Varane as a defensive midfielder.
Push
him up. Yeah, play him up, push him up, because like if we're crying for a CDM and we're looking at everybody but a CDM, it tells you that they think the Fred is good enough still. Yeah. Now you get rid of McTominay and you put someone in there solid with Fred, they can do a job. You've lost the creativity of Pogba when he wants to create.
Yep.
And then you've got to get Bruno disciplined because you got no Pogba now. So a lot of that comes on Bruno. And so I look at the two defenders and I say, that's where we got to show up, because and like I say, they knew we wanted a CDM before we went out and got Varane and Sancho. So clearly, they don't think the CDM thing is a problem. Now, we don't know how Ten Hag wants to set up. Like, he may be a 4-3-3 or a 4-3-2-1 or whatever the one they do. You know what I mean? But it's and then what's they came on the radar today? Jared Bowen. Now, he's going to cost you a fortune from West Ham.
Yeah, he's a good player.
An absolute fortune. Because that's like that was their player of the season.
Yeah.
So it's costing you at least 80 mils. At least.
Chile, this one from the Sun.
I don't know.
Torres swap deal with Lo Celso.
Yeah.
You anything about that?
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah, why not? Lo Celso never really hit the floor running. In fact, when we got Lo Celso, we were also in for Bruno.
Right.
And obviously he went to United. And so we got Lo Celso.
I wish you had bought him.
So do I. We got Lo Celso.
I think he was better with you than us.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Bruno.
Right.
His ball retention is awful. Hurts us a lot. Because he doesn't feel the need to trek back unless he's got the captain's armband on.
Yeah.
What about this another one you got to take off us, D? Basuma. What do you think of him?
I like Basuma. But
I like Basuma. But we all like Basuma.
Chile. It's the off-field distractions again. Like, we
already
have that with Greenwood.
Yeah,
and so we can't bring a player like that in with the Greenwood.
Yeah, but I'm hearing. Yeah, not that I'm in the know, and that I know the geezer, but the chances are that the team could be quashed. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm hearing that as well. Yeah,
right. But then he's also been coming out on Insta, with regards to Arsenal, because now noise is coming up. But the thing is, I just don't think Arsenal. There's no. You hear the links because Basuma, one, he's an Arsenal supporter. He wanted to play for Arsenal. Blah 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 blah. But and he's a very good midfielder. I mean, listen, when he played you guys, Chile, he marked Kane out of the game.
He's a quality footballer.
He's a quality footballer.
When he played,
we need a CDM as well.
He completely dominated the midfield when he played.
Yeah.
And
that's what he does. That's how good he is.
Get this cap.
Yeah.
But then when all the stuff came out, I'll be like, listen, we can't have him and and Greenwood foolishness going on in the background, because that's just too much. You know what I mean? And the sponsors get digi about all that.
Yeah, you know and that's the only thing. That's the only thing. But I can't, as I said, I can't see us getting him. I don't know. Tottenham, as I say, listen, Tottenham. We're here on the screen here. We are linked with everybody, yeah, barring the dog. You know what I mean?
Oh, let me also add that Bowen is allegedly a Man United fan.
You see?
Yeah, but you're going to have to pay crazy money for him.
That's what I'm saying, Chile.
Listen, if West Ham
won budget,
and he's only had one season, hasn't he? Sorry? You don't want to buy him, and then next season he's a completely different player.
Oh, no, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
and it is different, you know. And I say this all the time, is, you know, like when Henderson came in, everyone was saying, "Oh, the great season he had," right? And he came in United, and then walked into that 75,000+ stadium. I went, "Rah, this is different gravy here." And it's true, it's intimidating. And so one mistake and that crowd's on you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so, like you say, when you're playing with not much pressure, and then you come into the boiling pot where like people are gonna say United got to get back in Champions League next season, new manager, rare. But you pushed one of the greatest scouting, got the biggest black book in the world. You pushed him out because he taught the business and telling you a lot about yourselves, the way you're running the club into the ground. Now suddenly, he's not going to take his consultancy. That's what worries me. That are we going to be same old, but just with a brand new manager? Because I wanted the interim to stay as a upstairs guy, because that's what he does. He's a background man, working with the scouts and bringing in unknown talent and building a stability within the club. They don't want that, because it meant giving that whole footballing thing, your John Murtaghs and your Richard Arnolds, giving it all up to him and his team, and they want that control, that power. Fletcher the same way. Because imagine you're giving Fletcher a deputy, so the deputy is going to be holding the bibs while Fletcher puts out the cones. I mean, come on, man, what is that? and on good money as well, Norm. You know, and
Mr. Frustrated D, man.
Oh my gosh,
learn that couch, mate. Me and Chile will put our white coats on. Yeah?
I'm still not seeing change, Norman. All I'm seeing is a new manager coming with some new coaches, but everything else seems the same old. You're dragging every transfer window out. You've still got them same lot that have been there for how long with Ollie sinking the joint up.
Yeah.
They're your main negotiators.
You just got to pray and hope that the culture does change there. It's listen.
Mad, man.
It's good that he's letting Ten Hag bring his own backroom with him.
Yeah, so he's bringing the second in command, and he's bringing the ex-England guy there, England coach, McLaren, yeah.
Oh yeah,
and I think as well, his medical team and the dietitian and whatever,
everybody,
fitness coach, yeah, man, because it's just like what I've seen. Nah, man, this is a joke team.
We just want to pray and hope that the culture change happens, and it happens quickly, man. You know what I mean? But bro, the road is gonna be a bit rocky, as they would say.
Yeah.
The road
but
is
you know
rocky.
What? I think a lot of Man United fans, if we line up with Freddie McTominay in midfield start the season, man's gonna lose their mind, you know.
Well, listen.
As much as we want to be patient with
sentiments, is put there. I saw Matt Passion getting dominated by Zinchenko, right. Yeah, who we're linked with. Predominantly plays at left back, obviously for Man City. We're linked with him as well. 25 mil.
But no,
he's a utility player, and so if he does come in, he will probably. I don't want him to be playing backup to Tierney. I want him to be giving Tierney competition. You know what I mean? I don't want him, if he's going to come in, he's going to push Tierney. You know what I mean? But he can play in that midfield, because initially he's a midfielder. He plays for Ukraine. He plays as a midfielder, and he proper dominated. Unfortunately, they went out to Wales. But beat an own goal. But it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's funny because a lot of people. And this, how you know, it's the foreign agenda. They go after Fred, right? Fred, he starts in midfield for Brazil. McTominay can't start in midfield for Scotland, so they pigeonhole him as a centre back. That's the difference. in the quality that you can't even start for Scotland. So how you starting for Man United, bro? You're not good enough.
Yeah.
And that's, listen, any Scottish people on here, it's Scotland, bro. if you told me I can't get in the side for France or Belgium or something, I'll be like, okay, you know what, it's France or Belgium.
Yeah.
But you can't get in the midfield for Scotland. Man like John McGee at Villa keeping you on the bench, man.
That's another one that we've been linked with. We've been linked with everybody.
John McGee will work hard though.
Come and say hello to your fans. Come and say hello to your fans. Yeah, there you go. Wow.
Liverpool not breaking their wage structure.
Yeah, there you go. There's two Bob's worth. Yeah, she agrees with Liverpool not breaking their wage structure. You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you who else we've been linked with. Weston McKennie.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It was talking about him. One of the guys I watched today earlier was talking about him. What do you think, Chili?
He wouldn't be my first choice, and I'm sure, isn't he about 30 now? I'm not even sure, but he's a good footballer. But for the midfield, to be honest, I'd just like to get Eriksen back.
This is another thing. Eriksen, Man United, links with Man United.
He's got bare teams wanting him, you know.
Yeah, listen, mate, I'll take him. I don't care if he's ex-Tottenham. I'll take him.
I'll take him back.
Yeah, we took Sol Campbell, so you know what I mean. You know,
you can have Campbell. But
don't cuss no bad word, buddy. You know?
This comment here by
yeah.
I actually saw that because they realised that our current Man United squad just down tools on Ralph that weren't on Ralph, and I said that a few times on there. Like, he was told who he had to pick, until it got blatantly that these guys are not even playing, so just play Elanga. You know what I mean? But so those intelligent footballers. So Ralph, listen, allow what happened at United. We know what they did. We won't do that. We're Austria. We got a little bit of pride about us, and that's the thing. Put the shirt on and play for the shirt, regardless of if you don't like the interim. He's in charge at the end of the day. Simple. He's in charge. Do as you're told. You know what I mean? It's like you go to school and trying to dominate the professor or the teacher. No, you're there to learn, man. You sit down, get your book and your pen out or pencil and learn. And that's what I didn't like, where they did that. And then see United now trying to scapegoat Ralph because Ralph ain't bothering with his consultancy thing. Now you're trying to put this train crash every season on Ralph. Clearly forgetting why you fired
exactly
Ollie.
why you brought him in the first place.
Fired Ollie. He's only there because you fired Ollie. But suddenly he wrecked the season. Come on, man.
That's why they call it Wreck It Ralph.
Glazer and the Glazer propaganda against Ralph. I love what Ralph did.
Ralph.
As in, forget about the football side, as in exposing the trash and the way the club is so poorly run. He exposed it all. And that's why they said, you get him upstairs, he's just going to be a thorn in our side.
And you know what, D? I think that Ten Hag is it seems like, from what I'm hearing, is a no-nonsense geezer. So
he's a club builder, Norm.
I think that a lot of the new managers are going back to that Fergie thing where they're not taking any rubbish, and the owners have got to get behind them, otherwise they're not.
And they're putting it in their contracts, Chile. They said, right, if you don't back me for the first 2 seasons, I'm walking. And you're paying my money as well when I walk.
You pay me some big money. Because
you're going to go to the press and you're going to tell the press that you fired me and I'm getting my 25 million owed on my contract. And so that's what I like about Conte. This is why I said to you, I'd have taken Conte, because Conte would have gone in there, chest big, and said, listen, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how we're doing things.
Gary Neville said that he would have worked at United.
What does Neville know? What does Neville know? Not be funny, man. I'm sorry, Gary. If you're listening, Gary, I said it with my chest, with my Man United chest, team view, yeah? What do you know, bro? Because you went abroad with your big chest and got embarrassed, got your pants pulled down and put back on the plane back to England and begged for your BT Sports or whatever it is job back, whatever. Nah, man, sit down, Gary Neville. Chat. Shop steward, snitch, whatever. I'm a businessman. Sorry, no, man. I trying to get you cancelled, but this dude gets on my nerves. Gary Neville. Chat. Never mind. I'm sure the the same way about Gary.
Okay, D. Just get off your chest, bro.
Take a drink.
Listen, on that note, I've got to run, guys.
Right, listen. Just quickly, before you run, I just want to ask you about Bell. Where to next?
Wow.
Yeah, because done well for Wales, and congratulations to Wales getting to their first final in 64 years. Bale getting the goal, although I think it was an own goal. Where to next? Why not go back to Tottenham?
Because we don't want him. The thing is, right, with him now, he's got to realise that if he wants to play Champions League side, especially a big one, he's going to have to play for next to nothing. Or
because the wages, he's on like 600,000.
Yeah,
but a week,
them days are long gone now. That's done.
Yeah.
Did you see the scarf they were holding up? The whole Bale, Golf,
in
that order. Tells you everything you know about Gareth Bale.
So I'm hearing he was linked with Cardiff, but playing in the Championship. You know what I mean? Because obviously World Cup but there's also talk about Getafe coming in for him as well.
Wherever he plays, he's going to go to World Cup with Wales. So it's not
whatever happens. But I think he wants
he hasn't got to put himself in the shop.
He's going to want that game time. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think I'm just saying this as a bit of banter. Him coming back to Tottenham, even though there's talking that he was linked with him, but he's not going to be able to play at that. When I say that level, I mean in the way teams are playing now. That pressing game, it's quick. Bale ain't going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? The guy's 31, 32. He's not going to be able to do it. He will score you goals, but he's not going to be that guy that's going to be able to play every single game. So somewhere like just go and play in the sun, go and sign for Getafe.
If I was him, I'd go to America and
MLS.
$500,000 a week.
MLS, yeah.
But do you say that because of his injuries?
Yeah,
his injury. Because if you look at that current Liverpool squad, these guys are all going to be 30 and 31 and 32 this year, like your main guys. Henderson, Thiago,
later Spursy. Right, listen, I've got to run, but Tottenham have made an offer for Spence apparently from Middlesbrough.
Oh boy, we was looking at him as well. Yeah, he was on loan to Nottingham Forest. Have they offered anything? Have they said yes, or is it still?
I don't know. Apparently, well, they haven't said yes yet, but apparently, I don't even know how much it's for. I just heard that we made an offer for him.
It'll probably be around about anywhere between 8 and 10 million. I don't think it'll be any more than that.
I think it'll be a bit more than that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think more around 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
English tax, man.
Yeah.
But listen, Chili, I'm not going to keep you any longer.
Yeah,
bro.
Take care, bro.
Easy, bro. Listen,
see you next week.
Yeah, mate, and have a good week
Big
off.
Up Spursy, Craig, Latoya, Jay.
Yeah, man. No problem, bro. We're coming down now. We're coming down. But listen, big up to you, yeah? Big up to you. There you go. Yeah, you get your buys. Yeah. All right, and your highs and your buys, all right? Chili, take care, mate.
Take care, mate.
All right, easy.
Yeah. All right, Chili, have a good one, mate. Yeah. You know what, Norm? The guy, we have a loanee that came up with Gardner. He came up with Forest. Now, apparently, Ten Hag wants to look at him.
Okay.
Now, he probably knows that. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm not going to say he's going to come in and get into that first team squad, but he was starting for Forest and he's gotten promoted. So for me, I'm like, let the boy be and have a first season with Forest and see how it goes. You know what I mean? But don't bring him back and bench him.
Yeah.
But because I think that destroys players when you're playing regular football. You get a promotion to the top league with that team, and then you say, right, he's our boy. We pull him back and sit him on the bench. So I think they may even. I don't know what his contract is. You know, I don't know.
I was going to say when he was playing for Nottingham Forest, he was getting regular game time.
Yeah.
I think
James Gardner.
Yeah,
his surname's Gardner. I think it's James. Yeah, James Gardner.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, I think if Ten Hag does things properly, if when Nottingham Forest does come up, well, not if they already are, maybe to have a conversation and say, well, you know what, go and play a season there, and or it might be like play for because it might be a case of whatever contract, because you know when you sign loan contracts now, is it a full season or can you do like you can bring them back like say after
this is what it was, right? I think it's a full season, but if the club gets a bad injury, they can pull them back in January. something like that.
But there has to be something. There has to be something. Because I know when we had players on loan, and when we was in that injury crisis, we couldn't call anybody back.
No.
Yeah,
well, it's the same with us. When we let these guys go in January, we couldn't call them back. Donny, Martial.
Yeah. So
when we had all the injuries, we couldn't call them back because they had the 6 months loan.
It also depends on the buying club as well, because they might say, no, we want him for that loan. This is the agreement. We are taking him on.
For the 6. But I think if they do the loans in the summer, I think there's a clause where you can have him back in the January if you have your squad depleted for any reason.
Right, okay.
It's the same as if all your goalkeepers got injured, right, including your reserve goalkeeper, plays under 23s, the league would allow you to go and purchase a new goalkeeper just so you stay competitive. Otherwise, you're at disadvantage because you've got say like your 3 first-choice goalkeepers are all leg broken or this and that, then the league will allow that. So I think there's somewhere in the contract where if you do a loan from the summer, then you can intervene and generate and say, I need him back because we are depleted in this squad, and you take him back for the 6 months. And obviously you compensate them however the compensation financially is. But
just going through it. Spence is better for Tottenham normally. He's back free player, defensively woeful. Okay. As I said, I haven't watched much of him, but obviously when we played them, he looked good, but I haven't really spent a lot of time watching him and stuff like that. But listen, if he goes to Tottenham, he goes to Tottenham. I heard that he had a little bit of an attitude, but you know what I mean. This Spence guy, this Spence guy. What's Aaron's? I think you're talking about Max Aarons here. Aarons is used to defending in the back four and like Spence. So, and years, I'm going back to when I first, started up this channel. Now I remember doing a transfer daily on Max Aarons for Norwich. And I thought he would do well as a right back for us. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's gone down with Norwich. But listen, in terms of getting cover for Tomiyasu, I mean, Cedric, he looks like he's the one that's going to be the one that comes in when Tomiyasu is injured. And for me, I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. Yes, he did a job for us whilst Tomiyasu was out, but he's not good defensively. Every now and again he whips in a cross and stuff like that. But I would rather get in somebody that's got legs and can defend. And for me, Cedric, again, another what's his name? Edu signing. You know what I mean? Man comes on a free, gets a 4-year deal. He's on nearly 100 and something thousand.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Came from Southampton. And I'm thinking, how?
And that's the thing that if they got good agents, when they come on a free, their money's going to be nice.
Yeah,
because the agent can make sure that
but giving him a 4-year deal, mad, absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bellerin obviously went out alone to Real Betis, and he obviously wants to go back to Real Betis, but Real Betis can't afford his wages. So,
what's the problem?
They're asking whether Arsenal can waive the fee. And then obviously, but Arsenal ain't going to do that. We need money. We even though, I don't know what our transfer budget is. Some people are saying 150 mil, but we need to sell players and we ain't going to get much players. With the business that we've done, we've mostly let players go on a free or get them to buy out their own contract and we don't get decent money for them. So I don't know how many players we're going to get rid of. The likes of, as I say, Bellerin, Ainsley Maitland-Niles will possibly go, but I think he could probably come back in and do a job as a utility player. I'd probably have him at right back as opposed to Cedric as a cover for Tomiyasu. And then you've got Pablo Mari, who's coming back from Udinese. They want him. But again, it's all down to, because he's on good money as well. Do you know what I mean? And that is the problem. Arsenal are paying these guys big wages. Yeah. And a lot of these clubs can't afford them. I mean, outside of the Premier League, that's why, whenever clubs, come in, for players in the Premier League, whether it's from your club, Tottenham, our club, you know what I mean?
It's always a factor, the wages.
Or should I say, if we're buying, they're putting up the prices. You know what I'm saying? So that is a problem. And then the opposite to that is that these teams can't afford the wages, or they can't afford the fee that our club set. But
like, and I guarantee you, just say we went in for someone like Pukki out of Norwich. Norwich are going to come back and say, "Oh, Man United won." You 60 mil or 70. Yeah, I mean,
some madness like that.
Man just got relegated, but the moment we're interested, that price doubles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
What did he score? What did he score? What 10 goals for them? Something like that. 10 goals.
Yeah, in a very bad team. In a very bad team.
I think
it's a good backup. I think
it's a good backup because I think you did mention. Yeah, you did mention. I mean, someone like Pukki, you know, they're probably. I don't. I mean, 60 million is a bit of an exaggeration. I think they're probably around maybe about 30. 35 mil. I can't, but you never know. You just don't know.
Yeah,
when Man United come knocking, that's what happens, mate.
And then it'll be ridiculous add-ons. If you get back in the Champions League, then you're going to owe us another 6 million.
So there's all of that. There's all the little add-ons and everything like that.
So you wouldn't be getting cheap, as it were, for a backup.
Yeah.
Even because he got relegated. You know what I mean?
So we're coming down now. This is obviously because we've covered stuff about transfer, which, you know, even though in the order that you see it coming across your screen, William Saliba, he's coming home. William Saliba's coming home.
He was on loan, isn't he? He's on loan, wasn't he?
He was on loan to Marseille. But he came out with an interview with what's that French that French outlet? It's a French is it Le Quip or Le?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So Le something another. I don't know what it was, but he's come out and basically said that he wants to come back to Arsenal and prove that you know, he needs, because he hasn't played no competitive games. He hasn't kicked the competitive ball for Arsenal. He signed with us in 2019. Played in the under 23s under Arteta, then ended up getting put on loan to Nice, and then came back, and then 2021-22 season, he ended up going to Marseille for a year-long loan and done absolutely brilliant out there, getting league for young League One Player of the Year, broken some records in terms of his passing and ball retention and interceptions and all of that. He's literally right up there in terms of as a defender, plays as a right-sided defender, 6 foot. I think he's about 6'3", 6'4", quick, strong.
Cool.
And he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's obviously coming back to Arsenal with Gabriel and Ben White as the two centre pairings. You know, he's obviously going to have to come back in and push one of them or push both of them for their places. You know, he's in the French international team as well. So he's done really well. But my worry is, and it's not to say that when he does come back, I hopefully Arteta won't do some madness or do some U-turn and then he ends up going out on loan again, because I think that will be it. But the fact is, it's like a new signing. He's come back, and you know, he will make up our centre backs. We've got Rob Holding, obviously William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Ben White. I don't think Pablo Marie's probably going to hang about, because he's going to be right down the pecking order. But I think the order right now, it will probably be Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, and then Holding as our centre backs pairings. But I'm hoping that I can see him playing in like, he can play in a back three, he can play at right back. So do you know what I mean? And then we have, like, you know, people playing, if we play a back five, depending on who we play, you know, especially teams like Man City or Liverpool, you know, we've got those flexibility of playing him in a back three. So, but you know, it's good. Finally, you know, as I said, after 3 years signing for us in 2019 at the age of 18, he's finally coming home, and hopefully, you know, he can show his worth in the pre-season, get that under his belt. You know, pre-season I think starts, second week in July. So hopefully, you know, he's well rested and everything like that. He's obviously played a few international games. I think he had a game the other day when they drew 1-1. Had a very good game in that. So I'm hoping that when he comes back, he just gets his head down. And I'd ideally want to see him as a pairing with Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because they're both, you know what I mean? They both can play out the, well, more say William Saliba, because his pass completion rate is ridiculous. He's got apparently broke the record in France for the most passes. Something like, I think it was like 2,000. Where is it? 2,834 passes.
Oh wow!
So 13 clean sheets, interceptions, 500 and progressive pass carries, 558, 31 successful dribbles, and one of the most possession, 260. So we've got a decent thing. And funny enough, when we was first linked with him and we was going through him in 2009, Man United were interested in him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Man United were interested in him. We was getting a little bit worried because we was dragging our heels, and then Man United were kind of coming in there, and then all of a sudden the Man United fans said, "No, we didn't want him. We didn't want him." And Tottenham, I think, also were in for him as well. So but it's like a new signing. So if we include that as one of our so-called signings, obviously we've got Matt Turner, goalkeeper. And Trusty, but he's got this guy called something Trusty. He's going to end up going out on loan. And that Marquez guy who's coming from. He's 19, Brazilian player. I think he played in like the second division of the Brazilian league. But if he can sort of come in and do what Martinelli did, because Martinelli played when Gabriel Martinelli came to Arsenal, he was playing in the second division in the Brazilian league, and now he's integrated into the first team. So he's 19 years old, and we'll see what happens there. I don't know whether he's going to go on loan or they're going to put him in an under 23s. It just all depends. We'll just see what happens there. But William Saliba coming back home, and hopefully he'll have a great season with us and push both in terms of the defenders. We've got a competitive thing going on there. That's what I want to see happening there. I don't want it to be a situation where if Ben White has a bad game or Gabriel, that they can't be dropped. You know what I mean? So my man will be waiting in the wings. Not only that, we've got loads of games to play, Europa, you know what I mean? So he may well feature in the Europa and then see how it goes. And then if he plays well, then it's just a natural progression. See if he pushes out of Ben White. I know it sounds crazy because it might mean that one of the defenders have to have a nightmare of a game for the other player to get into that.
Yeah. So but it keeps it competitive at the end of the day. And you never want a team where it just picks itself every week.
No, and that's a nightmare. Far too long that's happened.
We had the Ollie norm.
Yeah,
there's players picking themselves even when they were playing,
even when they're rubbish. And that was happening under Wenger. You know what I mean? They have a bad game, just couldn't be dropped. We need especially going into this season, we need a competitive side. As I said, we're in a lot of competition in Europe. We're going to be playing a lot of games. And then obviously you've got the domestic cups and stuff like that. But only that, for me, it's about making that top four. Because what it is, it's about securing the future of the likes of Martinelli, the likes of Saka. Because if we don't make it into the top four, and if we don't buy the right players, like Craig said, we could end up finishing 10th.
Yeah, you know what I mean? and you look at it now as well. Like, as you know, everyone's going to spend. So that top four, that top four has become harder and harder every single season now. There's no real lapses. Only Liverpool and Man City have almost guaranteed them a regular spot in there. Everyone else is fighting for 2 spots. So,
do you think just before we sort of end it, do you think that the transfer window this year is going to be probably one of the biggest, or do you think people are going to be cautious with their money? Or I'm hearing that some people are saying it's going to be the biggest window. You know what I mean? Because at the moment, it seems like nothing is happening because the transfer window hasn't officially opened until the 10th. You've got people away on international duties and stuff like that. So do you think that money is going to... I mean... and
the reason why I think that, right, is that if teams of... If the scouts... Now, this is what I said to people, that we have a vast scouting network. And I'm hoping that this board, this Murto, Richard Arnold and Fletcher and the new psychic, they actually listen to these scouts and sit down with Ten Hag and these scouts and bring some unknown entities in. You know what I mean? Some players like I don't mind a player coming in and I say, who's that? But if he's been well scouted, I'm okay with that. Because he's part of the project of the rebuild. But what you don't want is for any player that the team is eyeing to go to the World Cup and actually blow up in the World Cup And suddenly it's going to cost you another 30 million on top of what they already quoted you.
So but you know
before the World Cup.
But you know the interesting thing about this though, D, the World Cup is in November.
I know.
So the thing is, normally if it's in the summer, then you know you're gonna have people, you know, saying we're linked with that one, or if they have a great World Cup and that it's gonna be in November. So is there likelihood that that it could be that you have in January, you know, because the World Cup finishes in December, you know,
it's going to be hard to buy in January, no?
Right.
I think if players
all the business needs to be done. All the business needs to be done
because like you say, if they go and have an amazing World Cup, then that man going to cost you another 15, 20 million in January.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, no, absolutely. I get your point. So you have to take a punt. You're gonna have to take a punt
before the World Cup.
You're gonna have to take a punt.
Players. And then not only that, you're going to expect key players to get injured in the World Cup. So you know, what I mean, you said that the key player to the World Cup and he comes home injured. And that's the other thing that you're battling against as well.
Yeah,
I just prefer World Cups in the summer.
Yeah,
I think this makes it hard to steer a season properly, knowing that all your top players are going off to the World Cup in November, and you don't know who's coming back fresh or injured. And so, I mean, you look at Varane. Varane gets injured nearly every other time he plays for France. He gets injured. Ridiculous. So he goes to a World Cup. You almost guarantee he's going to get a knock. So you might as well. So for the first 2 months of after the World Cup, there's going to be no Varane there. So they're the sort of things that annoy me about doing it when they're doing it, because you know, at the end of the day, they're earning their big money with their clubs, not with their country. Most of them give away the money to charity that they get playing for the country.
Yeah,
and it's nowhere near what they get playing for the club. So when you lose a player that you spent a lot of money on, like you say, you go after this Nunes, and he costs you 100 million euros, £85 million, and he takes a bad knock in the World Cup. You'd just be like, rah. I was banking on him getting me back in the Champions League football. Hence why I spent that 100 million on him. Now he's injured. You'd be like, okay, who can I get to shore it up in January? Now, anyone else that's decent has had a good World Cup. We're going to cost you a lot of money in January.
Yeah.
It's a hard one. Yeah.
Bro, but listen.
Yeah, man. It's been
We've exhausted. We've been going an hour and 51 minutes.
Yeah, man.
And thank you to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, man.
For your comments and giving us info in terms of what's happening out there in the big wild world of transfer windows. And listen, it's all gonna keep going. We're gonna go again next week because hopefully by then the window will be open. So we know that definitely the window's going to be open. And we're hoping for Arsenal anyway, because as I said, we're close to we've agreed terms with Gabriel Jesus, but it's just a case of whether somebody else comes in and hijacks the situation or what. So I don't know what's going to happen. So hopefully we may have some news. As I said, I am supposed to be doing what I call a transfer daily, which I'm hoping to do every other day. There's a little bit of a hold up because I'm just trying to get my son to sort out the actual not thumbnails, but the actual intros and stuff like that for that. So that's why there's a little bit of a delay. But we've covered pretty much a lot of the stuff across the board concerning the teams. Man United, Chelsea. Well, we didn't really talk about Chelsea, but obviously we're only going to be talking about the teams that are involved. Man United, Tottenham, Liverpool, and when Dave does decide to come on, Chelsea. But there's a lot of stuff happening with Chelsea as well. But I'm not going to really sort of focus on that. I'm just going to focus on the teams that we support and that are on this stream and that. So, guys, want to thank you again. Big up again to Mr. Sentiments. We will see you again next week. It's been a pleasure. And hopefully we'll come with some good news next week to say, yes, we've signed a player.
At least
what have
one.
You got to do? As they will say, what have you got? Yeah, one. At least one.
At least one,
Yeah, transfer rumors, anything to declare. And we're going to end it with my outro. Should I say my outro? So I think I'm gonna let me see if I can find my outro to finish the show. But listen, guys, thank you very much. Man. It's been a pleasure. Take care. God bless, and see you next week.